So Joe Linda, or Joesthetics, passed away. I think it's a couple of weeks ago now, and I was going to do a YouTube video on it, but I just wanted to talk about it on this. I'm not going to do the YouTube video because I don't actually know enough about him. It seems that he was like a really awesome dude, and I say that because a lot of people talked about his interactions. He had like 8 million followers on Instagram, and I think he replied back to a lot of comments. He had time for a lot of people face to face. He became viral because he actually had this, I think they're saying it's a disease now, like this muscle tingling, and maybe not tingling, but like he would like stretch out his chest and then kind of like move his fingers, and his like chest would ripple, muscle rippling disease or something like that, and like it would like move like that, and he went viral from that. He also had a super impressive physique. He was enhanced. He was using PEDs, but he talked about it openly and acknowledged that he took it. And that's the biggest thing that I guess I respect him for, because in the fitness industry, as we talked about in the start of this podcast, it's littered with people just lying about their PED abuse. He talked about it. He talked about like when he was younger, he really abused it, and then he was like on TRT trying to manage it after for a while. Closer to his passing, he was talking about it a bit more. He was jumping on a few podcasts, but yeah, he did use, and he talked about it openly, which is awesome. And he's like, even though he used and he had an incredible physique, like his followers weren't being like manipulated. He wasn't like, oh, you can look like me. It was more so like, he would say, this is what I do for training, or he would just like post funny videos where he was like being sarcastic and stuff like that. So, I think he was a good guy. I think he was funny. I think he really cared for his followers, which is really cool. As I said, he used and he talked about it, which was really awesome, because he had that transparency around this incredible physique that he had. Like, it was very triangular. It was very V-shaped, very inspirational, aspirational to many young bodybuilding dudes. And often when you get young people into bodybuilding, they take whatever they hear from the biggest, strongest dudes and they replicate it. And that's what I did. So Lazar Angelov has come out maybe a couple years ago. He's a bodybuilder that I really looked up to, talked about like he used clenbuterol. I didn't know anything about that. I was doing his programs. I was reading his interviews. I was eating the foods that he ate. I was doing all this kind of stuff. And I didn't get the results that he did. I wasn't really that frustrated because I enjoyed training, but I think, if I thought about it harder, I was pretty, I guess I was gutted that I followed his program and didn't get the same results. I was even eating the same meals that he did, and they were boring bodybuilder meals like 6 to 7 times a day. I went through that. I didn't look like him, and he had these abs that were like perfectly cased, and I was like, man, I want that, and I never got it. Following his meal plan and following his program, so it was frustrating. But anyway, it's good to see like people out there that are open about their testosterone use. They are saying like with his passing away, because it's a big question mark. Like, did PEDs, make Joe Linda pass away? I don't think you can draw that conclusion. I watched More Plates, More Dates video on it, and I think they're saying he had a brain aneurysm. He had a sore neck like a day or two before that. I think he had something to do with his blood, and he like flew a lot, which isn't good for it. He also drank a lot of caffeine, which like thins the blood. So there could be something there. I'm not sure, but I don't think it comes down to PED use, because I think he was backing off it. I really don't have the answers for that. I think there's probably more videos up to date on it. I guess I just wanted to bring attention to it because, it's sad that a fitness influencer that I would say isn't ruining the fitness industry, because a lot of them are just like posting random workouts that they don't even do, abusing PEDs and lying about it, and manipulating their following, and then just like creating businesses off the back of it, and it's terrible. I don't think this guy was that. I think he was a good dude, and I think he's going to be dearly missed. But respect for him and the way that he like operated as a dude. I don't think I want to talk about photo editing because we already did it earlier on. But